Okay, guys, this is my take on making an old school red velvet cake. And let me tell you something, it was a fail. Let's talk about all the things not to do, okay, when making this red velvet cake. So, I don't even know where to start, y'all. I'm just embarrassed. Okay, number one issue. I use heavy cream because I did not have any whole milk or buttermilk. Um, y'all use buttermilk or whole milk. That darn heavy cream, I think, is one of the reasons why my cake was so thick. Okay, I added my eggs. The eggs should have been room temperature. I don't think I let them sit out that long, but hey, it is what it is. Now I'm adding my vanilla. One good thing is, I like a good vanilla. McCormick's make a really good vanilla extract. Use that. That's something good I did. Okay. Here we're gonna go ahead and add in what we about to add, y'all. Apple cider vinegar. I use apple cider vinegar. Y'all use the white vinegar. I know it's I'm thinking in my head, I don't have any white vinegar. That the apple cider is gonna do the same chemical reaction. Alright, now I got some food coloring. That's another thing. Y'all, my red didn't come out the color I wanted. And I know I tried to go back and add a little bit more red. But it ain't gonna do right. We add now this is something else, y'all. So you're supposed to have like some melted butter or whatever. I like to do butter instead of olive oil in a lot of the cakes I make. Hey, this particular cake from scratch, you need to put that olive oil in there. I put in hot melted butter, y'all. It's a no-go. It's a no-go. So you know what it started to do? You see how thick it's starting to get with all my wet ingredients? Because with a homemade cake, you do all your wet ingredients together. You do all your dry ingredients together. Now, I got my oven preheating right now. Okay? I got my oven preheating right now. And y'all ain't gonna believe what I did. So, okay, here I go. Adding in a little bit more red dye to try to get the color right. But I already know, right, that I need to add in a little coffee water. All right, and the cocoa powder is supposed to make it a little bit darker. But look how thick it done got, because it's cooked. Why? Because I put in boiling hot. I put in boiling hot melted butter in here like a crazy person. Because I'm thinking, you know what, I ain't got no olive oil. Look at it. Look at it. It done almost got thick like a brownie mix or like, some icing or something. Here I go. I keep adding in this red dye. I keep adding it in. It's a mess, y'all. But these my wet ingredients. Look how thick my wet ingredients done got. Because I done cooked it. I done cooked the egg. I done cooked up everything. Got the apple cider vinegar in there, the little egg. Look, it's just a mess. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and grease up my pan, y'all. This is the old school way that my grandmother taught me to do it. So this is the way. I did do this right. Get the butter. Okay, you're going to run it around in the rim of the pan. This another thing, y'all. Man, get them pans that are smooth on the side. Y'all see the pan I have has the ripples. The ripples. That's all I can find, y'all, because for whatever reason, I do not know where my smooth, I only have one, where my one smooth pan is. I said, hey, I'm trying to make a little tri-level cake. I'm going to get this one. This is the only one in the store, in the Kroger. That's why I don't go to Kroger, y'all. Okay, I'm going to get this. I'm going to just make it work. I'm going to make it work. This thing worked me out. So now I'm trying to use up all my butter to get all down in the ridges so my cake don't stick. All right, so once you kind of grease up your pans, you're going to get your hand, right? Because it ain't smooth out. You're going to rub that butter up. So you're going to get all in the cracks, the crevices, the ridges, okay? And rub it up. Rub it up, rub it in. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all, when I got these pans with the ridges on the side. I knew this was the only little tri-set thing they had in there. But I ain't never cooked nothing in a cake pan this shape. I should have just not did it. I just went to the store. But this is when you think you can substitute stuff and do stuff, you know, a little different than the book. And now here we go. All right, so, you know, once you rub in your butter all in the cracks and crevices, go ahead and get you some all-purpose flour. You're going to put that in there, and you're going to make sure that you get all sides. And I'm going to say this. I did do this part right, because my grandmama taught me this. And you do that butter, okay, and you rub that around in that pan like this, making sure you get it all, and you move on. This, I'm telling you, my cake was sitting up out of the pan when I did get it out of the oven, y'all. Y'all gonna see. It wasn't even sticking to the ridges on the side. So this is the best way. It doesn't matter if you're making a bundt cake, you're making a 3-layer cake, a 2-layer cake, you're making a pancake, you're making brownies. I don't do this for my brownies, but you can do it for the brownies. Usually I just grease my pans down for the brownies. But this right here is gonna definitely, this is a life hack for those who are just starting to bake or whatever. This is a life hack to keep your stuff from sticking. If you feel like everything you do stick, this, it won't nothing stick to this, I promise you. So you just gonna make sure you're gonna roll it all around. Look at me, I'm just taking my time. Look at this. Look at this. Alright, now we got our 3 pans. Okay, and I'm just showing you where you can see where the flour has stuck to all of the butter in the bottom of the pan. Should look just like this. Just like it. If you miss a spot, go back, rub that butter, put a little flour in there. Now, you're going to evenly disperse the cake batter into each pan. Now, I use like a little Kool-Aid spoon. Okay, you can use a measuring cup if you feel like that's better for you. But I feel like I can evenly measure out how much I'm putting into each pan. Okay, with this. Now, I'm missing a step, y'all. Am I missing something? I am. Am I missing a step? I am missing something, y'all. I didn't show y'all where I mixed this with the dry ingredients. But you know what? That's okay. You know why? Because I ain't sift my cake flour. I ain't even got to show y'all that. I mean, I didn't really mess up on it. You can't really mess up on the dry ingredients. But the way I was raised, you're supposed to sift your cake flour. I did have a really great brand. I had once. But I didn't sift it. And as you see, y'all see how thick my batter is for the cake? Let me tell you what I did. So when I took them wet ingredients that were already thick, y'all, you know what I did with them? I put them in a bowl. And I sat them on top of the hot stove that was preheating for the cake. And it went on cook down, y'all. I'm just too embarrassed to show y'all what it looked like when I mixed the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. And it was so thick, I hand mixed it with a whisk. So, yeah. I didn't really mess up on the dry ingredients. You can't really mess up dry ingredients. The only thing I didn't do, I did not sift, you know, my cake flour. That's it. If you use all-purpose flour and you're making a cake from scratch, that's all good too. But anytime you're using it, I don't care what you use, y'all sift it, y'all. I'm telling you, it's a difference. But I don't know what was up with me today. I really kind of messed this up bad. But anywho, I'm going through and trying to spread out this thick cake batter. You know, in this weird shaped, wavy sided pan. You know, I'm doing the best I can, y'all. And they thin, which would have been fine if they would have been moist, you know. But anyway, once you get your cake batter, I did do this. You know, I shake it around, make sure, you know, there aren't no air bubbles and it's evenly in there. I did that right. Now you're going to pop them in the oven. I should have known something was wrong when I looked in there and I saw them little air bubbles. I mean, they went away at the time. I'm going to show y'all that next. But it just looked weird in there, y'all. I ain't even going to lie. I knew something was up when I looked in the oven. Alright, so it evened out. They look cute now. They look cute. But, it started off rough, right? Boom. Alright, this is what it looks like. As you can see, the cake just sitting in there. It's not even connected to the pan at all on the sides. And I'm checking it with a toothpick. And that's what you're going to do. Guys, I cooked it a little too long. That's why the edges were crispy. Like a brownie. Now, let me tell you this. This is my go-to. Y'all don't never mess this up. This was a cream cheese icing for the red velvet cake. Alright. I did let this sit out until it got to room temperature. So you're going to take 2 8-ounce bars of Philadelphia cream cheese. I always get name brand, y'all, because I don't know. I just feel like the off-brand sometimes don't be hitting like that. I don't know what it is. Okay? And then you're going to take a whole stick of softened butter. Okay, mine's is salted. I think use unsalted, y'all. Mine's is salted, but that's neither here nor there. All right, now you're gonna put in your powdered sugar. Okay, so I put in 1 cup. Here's my 2nd cup. All right, and then here we go. This is my 3rd cup of powdered sugar. I'm telling you, it's never a miss with the cream cheese icing. Okay, and that's my 4th cup of powdered sugar. Okay, 4 cups of powdered sugar, 1 stick of room temperature butter, and 2 8-ounce bars of cream cheese, y'all. All right, so now I'm just gonna kind of break it up with the hand mixer. I did pull out the hand mixer, y'all, because when I mixed them dry ingredients with them wet ingredients earlier, I was using the hand mixer, y'all, because I knew I had kind of messed up. I messed up. I knew it wasn't going to be right. All right, so you're going to go ahead and start mixing this together. And it's going to start off like this. You want to start at a lower level. I don't know if your level's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or you got low, medium, high, whatever. You want to start off on low, because if you don't, all the powdered sugar and the little chunks of butter and cream cheese are gonna jump out on you. You jump out the bowl, jump on the cabinets, on everything. So start off low, break it down, and as it starts to clump together, okay, you can see the start kind of making like an icing. Starts off rough, then it gets to, starting to make sense. So you're just gonna work with it. What can I say? I mean, I've heard of people who sifted their powdered sugar. I don't do that. I don't think that makes a difference. But I mean, there's people out here that sift their powdered sugar before they make that cream cheese icing. And as y'all can tell, it's getting pretty whipped. It's still a little clumpy, but it's coming together. It's starting to look like a real deal homemade cream cheese icing. And if you eat this in comparison to the store-bought icing, y'all, I can't even tell y'all how long ago I bought some store-bought icing, because I don't believe in that. I think the last time I had some store-bought icing was probably, 8 or 9 years ago. Because my grandma used to make these chocolate cakes, and she used to, use the store-bought icing. Okay, so here we're going to be adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Again, I use McCormick's. You can use any brand, but a really good vanilla extract, y'all, would change the game. Because if you got an imitation or off-brand or slightly misused or expired or whatever, it's just not going to do right. But you need this vanilla, because this is going to actually give the flavoring to your cream cheese icing. You want to make sure you get a spoon or a spatula and you go around those edges so we can get like the little chunks of cream cheese, that powdered sugar and all that. You want to get that put in there so we can make a really good whipped, homemade, from scratch, okay, cream cheese icing. And again, I did this perfectly, y'all. I don't mess up no icing. That's what I don't do. Mess up no icing. It's too easy to do as long as you got those little hand, ingredients. If you want your icing to be thicker, again, if you want that down south, soul food, homemade, grandma with the bat wings, kind of icing, this is it. This gonna hit every time. Now, if you want it a little bit thicker, again, you can add some more powdered sugar to it. I know some people like a thicker icing, but it's up to you. It's up to you and how you and your mom and them like to make it, or how you gonna make it for your folks. But that's how I made it. That's it. I don't need no more. All right, so you're gonna put a little bit of the cream cheese icing on your cake plate or whatever you're gonna put it on. You put that on there so you can keep it from sliding and rolling around. Okay, so you see my piece of cake just literally just fell out. All right, it left a little bit of residue, but that ain't nothing. All right, look at the little ridges around on the side of my cake, y'all. Look at that. All right, so here I go. I'm spreading the icing on this layer, and I can tell y'all this layer icing in comparison to the other layer, y'all, I don't know what I was thinking. I made this layer real thin, which you can do. I mean, I know some people like their icing to be thinner. They like, real thin. And these are really thin cake layers. I typically like mine bigger than this, but again, y'all, I messed up this time. I done messed up the cake. All right, so I'm gonna put this next layer on here. It's real soft as of now. It's real soft. All right, so here I go. I'm putting on this next layer, and y'all, this layer right here, I put it on thick. I mean, I really got any cracks and crevices with this. I didn't make it even at all. I'm just really almost dumping it on here. Because I realized, hey, I got a lot of icing left. I probably can put a little bit more icing on this layer than I did the first layer. But this is when you see how I'm rubbing around the edges, this is when I realized that I done messed up doing these little crunchy edges on this cake. Because it just remind me of brownie. Don't like it at all, y'all. Don't like it at all. And then also, let's double back while we're doing this. Look at the color of my red velvet cake, y'all. It's like a dark mauve color. And it got a little bit darker than what my wet ingredients look like because I put the cocoa powder in the dry ingredients part. But again, my cake fell out real easy. A little bit of that little flour crumbs on top, but it's all good. It's soft, and it's soft to the point that, y'all, when I flip it over and take it out, it's trying to break apart on me or something. I don't know. Another little hack, you can actually put the cakes, when you stack your cakes, you can do it inverted so it can have a flatter top. Why I didn't do it this time? Because I know this. I don't know. But this is all about what not to do. This is a video about what not to do. Okay, so now got my spatula, and I'm just putting all this icing on here. Because I'm like, you know what? Even if the cake's not good, I know that icing can save. Sometimes the icing can save a cake. A cake might not be all of that, but you can save it. With the icing. You ever had a cake and you just like, the cake okay, but the icing is banging, it's booming. Yeah, that's what happened with this. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just put this on thick. And I'm really, y'all can't really see it. but I'm really putting it on thick on the side. So I'm trying to cover up these ridges, because I lined them up, but it's looking crazy on the side. It really is. It's looking crazy on the side. And so I'm just scooping it and putting on the side to try to fill it in and mask how it's looking. Look at this. But it look good from the top, though. I feel like it got that homemade grandma red velvet cake look, nice, whipped icing. It got that nice color to it, Yeah. I mean, looks can be deceiving. This is like one of those cakes that your coworker brings to the potluck, and it's looking good, and it's like, dang, I know she can cook. This cake looking like grandma cake. This is one of those cakes, y'all. It looks deceiving. It really did like a good homemade cake. It just came out terrible. It did. Make sure y'all, when y'all are making cakes, y'all use the right ingredients. You sift your cake flour. You use white vinegar. Don't use no boiling hot butter. Make sure you put some vegetable oil in there. Don't try to use all butter. You can though, but if you do, don't let the butter be boiling hot like I did right out the microwave. We can do things better. All right, cake pans. Let's review this. Y'all, don't get these wavy sided cake pans. Let's try to find some real smooth on the side, rounded cake pans. Because it just was a headache, y'all, to try to get this icing to look kind of smooth on the side. Because let me tell you something. When I finish it, you're not even going to be able to tell that there's ridges on it. That's how much icing I put on it. Because I didn't really put any on the, evenly on the first layer. It was kind of thin. I just had all this additional icing, y'all, and I just felt like, you know what, I don't have nothing to put this icing. I'm gonna put this icing on this cake, and I'm gonna try to make it look as good as I can. I'm trying, Lord. I'm trying. And you know what, as I'm looking at this, I forgot I had cut my finger. You know what, I don't like videos when people fingers be cut and they be having a little band-aid on. When you cooking and you washing your hands and stuff, I be feeling like that Band-Aid be looking nasty. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. But it's my hand, Definitely when you make a cake, man, get your loved one, get your fiance, get your boyfriend, get your girlfriend, get your mama, get your daddy, get your aunt, get your sister, get your brother, your kids. Somebody that's going to be honest with you to tell you your cake is nasty. Okay? Because my fiance didn't tell me the truth. The cake was terrible. He gonna say it's good. Now, I did give it to him with a scoop or two of some vanilla ice cream. And you put vanilla ice cream with anything, folks act like it's just good. But, here I go, y'all. Put a little finishing touches on here. I like a little pecan, but I don't be liking a lot. I know people that's actually stirred in the ice. I don't be liking it like that. So I just sprinkle some of these pecans I had. And these aren't out the field or nothing. These came in the bag out of Publix, y'all. There's some leftover ones I had from when I made some sweet potato casserole earlier. A couple weeks ago, or a week or so ago or something. But anyway, gonna sprinkle that on there and boom. I'm telling you, it looked good. It looked like a good home. You can't even tell. Look at that size, y'all. You can't even tell. Wait until these pictures drop. And y'all can see what it looked like. Look at that. Don't that look like grandma made it? Look at it. It look good. It looks good. It looks good. But let me tell y'all something. Wait until I cut it. Look at that. That's beautiful. Money shot. It ain't good, y'all. Icing was good. Terrible color, y'all. Look, the picture blurry. Anyway, catch me next time. We're going to come back with a better recipe. Bye.